We're almost ready to go for MXGP qualifying. We're going to have a word with one of our local riders, Philip Bengtson. If I can have a word with you. We saw you last time as a wild card in Valkenswaard. You were very close to that top 10. I guess you're hoping a bit of home advantage will work well for you at this circuit.
Yeah, of course I hope to do better here, but yeah, I prefer to ride in the sand, so Valkenswaard was really good for me, but I hope to do a good race in front of the home crowd.
And what do you make of the track changes?
I think it's better now when they go the opposite way, so yeah, I think it's positive.
Well, enjoy your home Grand Prix. We're going to move in underneath the skybox and have a word with Nathan Watson if we can. Nathan, obviously your second Grand Prix in for the Red Bull Ice One Husqvarna racing team. How did it go in Germany?
Yeah, it was okay. I got a good time in time qualifying. I was 10th, which I was quite surprised with. So yeah, that was real good. And then in the races, I just got really bad starts, and in the second one I had a bit of a crash, so I was a lap back, but I just need to get a good start and I should be okay.
Last weekend you were back at the British Championship. How do you find the change of the level between the national races and then the Grand Prix?
The Grand Prix, it's a lot more intense. All the guys want to win a lot more than they do in the UK, I think. So yeah, it's definitely good for me, I think, getting the experience, and I think the guys here will pull me along, so yeah, I think it's good.
Well, good luck this weekend, nice to speak to you. Right, let's take a look at MXGP qualifying.
In the time practice session, Jeremy Van Hoorbeek was fastest on the Yamaha factory machine, ahead of Clement de Sal, Sean Simpson and Stephen Frossard, with Kevin Strybos in 5th place. And the times 1:43.0 for Van Hoorbeek, so only 0.2 of a second separating him from fellow Belgian Clement de Sal. Kevin Strybos trying to psych himself up before the race, looking a little bit concerned, but talking to the riders, circuit pretty fast, hard and slick, and a good start, probably more important than ever. 15-second board went up. Turn to 5, on board with Antonio Cairoli, down the start straight, taking a quick look across, but he was out-dragged as he swung wide by the two Suzukis, Clement de Sal and Kevin Strybos, with Dean Ferris on the Red Bull Ice One Husqvarna challenging early on, trying to get himself into 3rd, but just missing out there. Cairoli just bossing the inside in that right-hander. Opening lap then, Clement de Sal, Kevin Strybos, Tony Cairoli, and just behind him Dean Ferris and the 183 Monster Energy Kawasaki of Stephen Frossard. Cairoli followed Strybos in, Frossard went around the outside, and a big moment there from Strybos as he went from one side of the track to the other, completely cross-rutted, but managed to keep it upright. But you see the back end working overtime, even coming out of that right-hander. But de Sal led from his teammate, the 22, Kevin Strybos, so it was a Rockstar Energy Suzuki 1-2, Frossard 3rd, Cairoli 4th, Ferris, Simpson, Guarnieri as they crossed pit lane at the end of lap 1. Frossard doing his best to keep Tony Cairoli at bay, as de Sal tried to put some space between himself and his teammate Strybos. Pretty much equidistant between the top 4. Ferris was having a good run. First ride back in Europe since the final round of the championship last year, when he was an MX2 rider, of course, but getting the opportunity to ride for the Red Bull Ice One Husqvarna factory squad in the absence of Tyler Rattray and Todd Waters. Nathan Watson, his younger teammate, a little bit further down the field, but Ferris and Van Hoorbeek, who was closing in on the Australian. Remember Van Hoorbeek, one of the most consistent riders in MXGP this year, just one missed podium, challenging the 111 of Dean Ferris, as Simpson just started to fall into the clutches of Ken Didijker. Didijker on the number 9. Likewise was coming under pressure from Max Nagel, and he'd already found a way past Simpson, so Simpson losing 2 places in the space of a lap put him down into 8th place. De Sal in the second half of the race, though, was coming under attack from his teammate, who was looking over his shoulder to see exactly where Frossard was. He was right there in 3rd place. Cairoli not able to find a way into 4th either. Meanwhile, Van Hoorbeek on the 89 factory Yamaha was up into 5th, having pushed back Dean Ferris on the Husqvarna. Ferris would later make a mistake in the race, and he would fall from 5th place down to 9th, eventually coming home in 10th. just losing his rhythm as a result of trying to pick the pace back up. But Kai Rowley, we're at the time of the season where he really needs to start getting a little bit more consistent. Montesao, the most consistent rider since the Spanish Grand Prix at Talavera. More points, more race wins than the defending champion and current points leader, Tony Kai Rowley. Strybos, though, looking at home on the hard, slick surfaces here. So too Jeremy Van Hoorbeek, who was closing in on the first four riders, but eventually settled for 5th place by the time the checkered flag fell. Simpson was on a charge in the second half of the race, found his way back past the number 9 of Kenda Dijker and the number 12 of Max Nagel. Eventually came home in 6th place, did the Scot, which is a good result for him. He was fast in free practice and in time training as well, so another good ride for Sean Simpson. Jeremy Van Hoorbeek, though, decided to settle back there in 5th place behind the top 4 riders, who were not really giving away anything to Sal under pressure from Strybos. He went on to take the win. Strybos 2nd, Frossard, Kai Rowley 3rd and 4th.
Clement, carrying over that positive end to the last Grand Prix in Germany here in Sweden, talk me through how qualifying was for you.
Yeah, the qualifying was okay. You know, I tried to be concentrated on my start, to have a good start, because that's really important on the track now of motocross. So I had a good start. Not really all shot in the beginning of first corner, but end of first corner, yes. So that's the most important, to go to do the lap first. And I could manage to finish first and don't take so many risks. So pretty great. I hope to have a good race tomorrow, and I will try to be just focused on my riding.
Clement, the last couple of years here in Sweden, we've had a lot of rainfall over the weekend. It's dry at the moment. Is that making much difference out on track?
You know, I don't know. Yeah, anyway, a mud race is different. But here the ground is all the time taking the water quickly away, and the ground stays hard really like long time, so it's okay. But maybe it dropped the speed a little bit down, so I take the race like it will be.
We shall see how it is tomorrow. Well done.